Time to start building your tunnel. Let's talk about squaring and setting up the corner posts. This is a crucial step in building your greenhouse. So we'll go through it carefully. First, we need to figure out the diagonal length of your tunnel. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. If you remember the Pythagorean theorem from school, great. If not, no problem. You can easily find a hypotenuse calculator online. Just enter the width and length of your tunnel, and it'll give you the diagonal measurement. For example, if your tunnel is 30 feet wide and 96 feet long, the diagonal would be about 100 feet and 7 inches. This measurement helps ensure your greenhouse is perfectly square. Once you have your diagonal measurement, follow these next steps. Start with your first corner post. Choose the spot where you want it, ideally the highest point if your ground isn't perfectly level. Orient the post with the holes drilled at the top. Use a ground post driver cap and a sledgehammer or pneumatic driver to drive the post into the ground. For a standard 4-foot post, you want at least 32 inches in the ground, which would leave 16 inches sticking out. If your site isn't level, the first post where the ground is the highest should be driven in deeper so that when all 4 corners are level to each other, the one sticking out the most still has at least 32 inches in the ground. If you're using longer posts, you want more of each post in the ground. For a 5-foot post, sink them at least 38 inches. 6-foot posts should be driven in at least 44 inches. Always use the ground post driver cap. Never hit the post directly on top, as this could damage it and cause problems later. As you're driving the post, keep checking that it's straight up and down using a level. To find the location for the second post, attach a long measuring tape to the middle of the first post using a clamp. Stretch it out to the width of your tunnel. Remember to measure from the center of one post to the center of the next. Now we need to make sure the second post is level with the first. If you have a laser level, use that. If not, here's another way. Hammer a wooden stake into the ground about a foot past where the second post will go. Put a bolt through the hole in the first post. Stretch a string tightly from this bolt to the wooden stake. Use a line level to make sure the string is perfectly level. Drive in the second post until its bolt hole lines up perfectly with the string. Attach another long measuring tape to the middle of the second post. Now stretch both tapes along the length of your greenhouse. Cross them where one tape shows the length of your greenhouse and the other shows the diagonal measurement we calculated earlier. This crossing point is where your third corner post should go. Drive it in, making sure it's level with the others. For the last corner, swing the tapes around and cross them again, but switch the measurements. Drive in this last post. Before moving on, double-check all your measurements. Make sure the distance between all posts is exactly right. Remember, take your time with this step. Getting your corner posts positioned correctly is crucial for the rest of your greenhouse construction to go smoothly. If you're unsure about anything, it's always better to measure twice and drive once.